Will you answer that? Republican whip Tom Emmer spars with CNN host over migrant crisis in Springfield. Now, these are so-called journalists fighting with facts and people saying it on the street. Like, how are you going to argue? You live in your bubble. How are you going to argue with people that actually live in Springfield who says there's a crisis? You can go, they totally ignore people's own experience. You got people all over the internet, all over social media, complaining about what's going on in Springfield, Ohio, people that actually live there. And the media is still pretending that it don't exist because they know it will hurt Kamala Harris. So they're pretending like all these people that's coming out and talking about this are lying, when that's not the case. So we're going to talk a little bit about it. We're going to play the clip. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account. Follow me there as well. All right, so let's talk about this news. Now, this comes from the Daily Caller. Wow, this is my second article of the day from the Daily Caller. From Nicole Silverio, and she reports that Republican Minnesota Rep and Majority Whip Tom Emmer sparred with CNN host Kate Bolduan on Monday over the unproven allegations that illegal Haitian migrants are eating pets in Springfield, Ohio. I mean, how many? A woman was literally arrested for it. So what do you mean unproven? A Republican vice presidential candidate and Ohio Senator J.D. Vance stated on Sunday that he will, stated on Sunday that he will continue posting memes of Republican nominee Donald Trump saving pets in Springfield in order to continue drawing attention to the migrant crisis. Emmer defended Vance's remark, accusing Bolduan, or however you pronounce her name, of wanting to ignore the Biden-Harris administration's role in the current migrant crisis. And that's exactly what it is. They're totally pretending like this is not happening, where you got people from the streets literally saying this is happening. Oh, here we go. Let's play this clip.
Is going to be critical in that, so we'll see where that goes. You are a central figure in figuring this all out. I do also want to get your take. You've been around politics for a long time, and J.D. Vance was on CNN yesterday, and he is sticking by the now debunked claims by local officials that he...
It hasn't been debunked by local officials. They keep saying that. The official said that he really didn't know. He doesn't have much information about it, and they took that and ran with it and said it was debunked, which is untrue.
He and Donald Trump have spread suggesting that Haitian migrants are eating pets in Ohio. Let me play what happened yesterday.
The American media totally ignored this stuff until Donald Trump and I started talking about cat memes. If I have to, create stories so that the American media actually pays attention to the suffering of the American people, then that's what I'm going to do, Dana.
When called out for saying that he's creating a story, here, J.D. Vance tried to clean it up. But the Republican governor just yesterday from Ohio, he called this continued talk about it and this storyline disgusting. He said a piece of garbage. Does this continued focus and digging...
So again, who are you going to believe? You're going to believe the governor? Or are you going to believe the people living there in those streets? Who are you going to believe? How many people are going to have to come out talking about these people are running on, driving on the wrong side of the roads, don't care anything about road signs or the laws. They're eating pets. Pets are disappearing. How many more stories do they have to come out and say? Even little people that have Haitian parents literally talking about how they eat pets and stuff like that. So what are you? Where's the disconnect here?
In by your candidates create a problem for you guys down ballot.
Well, this story is actually about a program, an illegal program, I would suggest,
it's
created by
legal.
Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. Well, you can say technical.
Okay.
It's been paused because of all kinds of fraud. And listen, Kate, if you don't want to talk about the Cuba, Haitian, Nicaraguan, Venezuelan program that was created by Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, which brought tens of thousands of migrants to this country.
You can talk about this policy without creating stories. The governor of the state of Ohio calls it a piece of garbage. There are 2 colleges that are shut down. they're going remote today because of concerns over the environment it has created around this. Does a digging in on the incorrect, not misinformation story create a problem for you guys down ballot? There is nothing wrong, as we've seen in recent politics, Congressman, saying I made a mistake or I have an evolving position, truly. But digging in on this when it's like transparently seems no one locally wants this to continue seems a problem for you guys.
What's a problem is the mainstream media refuses to report what caused this problem. You've had thousands of people dropped in this country. By the way, you say it's technically legal. Then why did they pause it? Because they had so much fraud in the program. The American people need to know that what the Biden-Harris administration did. Well, here, just let me finish, Kate.
You and I, we talk policy all the time. We sit down, but like,
I'd like to.
But this one. Then get past the wrong and then move on to the policy.
How about talk about the wrong? The wrong is that we've got an administration that is lawless, and they allowed migrants from these different countries to come into this country, and they flew them into places like Ohio and Minnesota and California.
If this story of eating pets is completely factually wrong and is not true, you are okay with the story continuing and your candidate continue to talk about it?
I hope you start reporting on the problem that causes all of this, which is an administration. Kamala Harris is responsible for allowing thousands of migrants here improperly because they lied on their applications.
Hope, will you answer that yes or no?
You realize 1,000 of these applications
I take your hope
had 24 phone numbers of dead people.
Congressman, the inability to answer yes or no on the simple question kind of takes away the heft of wanting to talk about the policy.
Well, I'd love it if you would talk about the actual policy created by the Biden administration.
We absolutely will once you answer the yes or no.
Again, if you need to start reporting on what caused this problem.
We are. Thank you.
Thank you.
I wish he would have pushed back more on her saying that the story isn't true, where you got people there living there in Springfield, Ohio, saying that these things are happening, but yet she keep going back to the governor, who of course is a Democrat, saying that these things aren't happening. Of course, what else you think he's gonna admit? He's gonna admit that this is really happening? You got people that live there that are saying this is happening, but yet you're gonna take the word of the governor from his bubble, from his mountain his mountain home, you know, his gated community or whatever, wherever they store their governors at. It's despicable that this is happening. More people of Springfield, more y'all need to come out and call out the media on their lies and let people know what's really happening in y'all town. But let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.